This is a very interesting laptop because, like the title says, in a lot of the ways this is better than the MacBook Air from Apple. And if you are on a look for a 13-inch laptop that is very powerful, offers very good features and has amazing usability as well as battery life and other features, then perhaps you want to buy or consider this instead. Want to know why? Well, stick till the end of the video. So what is this laptop that we're talking about? This is the HP Dragonfly G4, the latest edition of HP Dragonfly, and it has some amazing things which you'll learn about in this video. But most importantly, we've got to address who is this laptop for? Because if you're a video, photo editor or 3D creator, then this is perhaps not for you. But if you are a business owner who's very enthusiastic about the protection of your data, want some good usability features, very good webcam, battery life, screen, still plenty of power and other features for your business on the go because perhaps you can't stay in your office all the time, then this is one of the best 13-inch laptops you can get. Let's get some of the specs out of the way first. So this laptop is powered by the latest 13th gen Intel vPro processor, and you can configure it up to i7-1365U CPU, which is a 10-core CPU and can boost up to 5.2 GHz. I can trust Intel to give me the performance and all the battery life I need to power through my day. It's got some clever Intel vPro protection technology there as well, already baked into the CPU, which gives you even more peace of mind that everything you're doing with this laptop is very safe and protected. And because of the hybrid architecture of the CPU, the P cores and E cores, we get the best performance and battery life combination. You can get up to 32 GB of RAM in this, and the RAM runs super fast, 64,000 mega transfers per second, which you can't get on any of the laptops that has SODIMM slots. So because of the soldered RAM, the RAM is running much faster than some of the competitors. There's an M.2 storage inside. You can get up to 2 TB storage and have NFC sensor as well as 5G cellular support and Wi-Fi 6E as well as latest Bluetooth technology. And the best spec of it all, this laptop weighs less than 1 kg. For perspective, MacBook Air weighs about 1.27 kilograms. This is 270 grams lighter. Let's start from the outside and we'll dig deeper into the laptop. Firstly, you've got two color options. You've got this slate blue, what I have over here, my version, as well as natural silver if you're interested in slightly different and lighter color. In terms of design, I am a big fan of this minimalistic, beautiful, elegant design. It just works. It is absolutely gorgeous to look at. Look at this HP logo even there. It's very much minimalized. It's got a beautiful gloss, kind of a mirror finish over there. So as you're opening the laptop, you can see the logo, reflection, different things. Generally very smooth finish. The laptop's made out of recycled magnesium and somehow colored, so it's very nice. When looking inside this, we've got very small bezels of the screen. Screen is very large, and the trackpad and keyboards at the same time, it all matches the beautiful design. We've got a nice chrome edge around the touchpad. The touchpad feels very smooth. It is on a hinge, so it only gets clicks on the bottom, not on the top there. So it's not a haptic touchpad, but the performance is very nice and amazing to use. It's got a very soft touch. I've had some other laptops that are a little bit more clicky, but this is very soft and rather large touchpad as well. Now looking inside there is only one sticker, which is this Intel sticker. Beautiful minimalized design here that says Dragonfly on the bottom corner here, as well as Bang & Olufsen on the top there, which has provided the sound. We'll talk about that in a minute. The keycaps are also very nice size and big, and the typing experience is rather nice, very soft, a little bit more clicky than some of the softer keyboards, like I'm using the Logitech keyboard, the MX keys. This is a little bit more spongier, but this is more clickier and a bit lighter typing experience, but still very nice. I've got no concerns about that. Now let's talk about security, because this laptop absolutely excels in that. Firstly, there is obviously the Intel vPro technology that's, baked into the hardware of this processor and everything that works underneath there. But there's also something that HP has included, which is the HP Wolf security for business. And that secures your data from the BIOS level of the laptop all the way to your browser. So you can see this at work straight away when you turn the laptop on. You can see HP Wolf there, as well as when you're trying to install applications or software, it's actually going to check what you're installing and if this is safe, and then lets you do that, and then kind of gives you protection, like what are you doing. Or perhaps if you're trying to open a PDF file, which also can be a scam and is actually disguised as PDF, but it's not PDF, but is some kind of other virus. It checks that as well, which is very, very nice to see. Just running in the background, making sure that all your data, how you use this laptop, is safe and protected. On top of that, it's got an IR LED sensor, which means that when you're opening your laptop, you can use Windows Hello by just face recognition, as well as the fingerprint sensor here to open the laptop. You can disable or add both of them, whichever one you want, which is pretty awesome. There's also a dedicated switch for the webcam, and when you're pressing it on the keyboard, it actually uses a special cover that moves underneath the webcam and covers it, making sure that your webcam can't be hacked, and even if it is, no one can see what you're doing, because you can just disable it physically, not on the software level. Talking about the I/O, the laptop has everything you'd need on the go, whether it's HDMI port on your presentation or USB-C. Both of these support display pass-through, and it's HDMI 2.1, and all of their USB-C ports are Thunderbolt 4 capable, as well as power delivery and display out. There's a USB port on both sides of the laptop. On the left side, we've got one, and on the right side, we've got another one. So whichever way you want to plug in your charger or devices, both of them work exactly the same. Headphone and mic combo jack, Kensington lock if you want to lock your laptop to the desk or some other furniture, as well as USB Type A port, which actually has a special moving part just to make this port even smaller, to make the laptop even smaller. I've seen this with RJ45 before, but this I have not seen before. This is a very clever way to make the laptop smaller. Now, if you do need any more ports, you can expand it through USB-C, Thunderbolt, because there's plenty of docks available, but on the go, I think this covers all of the ports. And as you know, for a MacBook, you'll have to carry on some extra dongles, but I don't think you need a dongle for this one necessarily. Moving on to the screen of this laptop, which is absolutely gorgeous. This is one of the best panels you can get, period, in any of the laptops. This is a 13.5-inch OLED display, which also goes flat on the floor, as you can see, 100% flat if you want to do that. It doesn't flip over to the other side. Now, the screen is 3:2 aspect ratio, which means that you get more vertical space and it's easier to view content, whether you're working on some big documents or reading some long files or typing or browsing. This is fantastic to see. The resolution is actually 3000 by 2000, which is a lot more than what you get on a MacBook Retina screen. Now, however close you're going to look at the screen, you're not going to notice the pixels, which is amazing. And if you've had any experience with OLED before, this is absolutely amazing and gorgeous. There's HDR support as well as 10-bit color support. Consuming content and working with photos, videos, or whatever you're looking at is absolutely beautiful. You want to watch a movie on the go, the content is absolutely amazing. Now, if you haven't had the experience of OLED before, this is truly stunning, and I think one of the most important things on a laptop, because this is something that you are always using. Now, it doesn't matter what port, what performance, what trackpad, what touchpad, but if your screen is bad, you're constantly looking at the screen. This is the one thing that you're always using, and if this is one of the nicest what you have there, the overall experience is much, much better. I am a big fan of the screen, and this is absolutely beautiful. It only goes to 60 Hertz, but I guess 120 Hertz really doesn't matter here because you don't need the extra frames. You're not going to be gaming on this display. Display-wise, absolutely top of the class display. I do want to mention that the OLED display is a special model of this, and if you choose some other configurations, make sure that you choose the OLED option, because there's a few options available if you want 1440p or 1080p display and perhaps save a little bit on the price of the device. You can get those as well. Okay, let's talk about the camera and some of the features that this software that HP ships with this PC actually allows you to do, because this is very, very clever and opens up a whole new way of features how people can use this, especially if you're someone who is running your own business or an entrepreneur, or someone who wants to just use this PC and stream video or record some stuff as well. It's very, very clever. So how you open this is on my HP, you go to video control, and then you are greeted with this thing over here, what you can see. And I'm already recording this, which you can do over here on the little side panel. So I'll walk you through what this software does and what you can do with it. First of all, I want to mention this in the bottom over there, which is that the recording, I am recording this right now at 4K 2160p. So this is UHD 4K video. But the interesting thing is this camera is only 5 megapixels, but you need about 8.3 megapixels to produce the 4K resolution video, which is interesting. So they must do some kind of upscaling of video to actually get this 4K going on there. The anti-flicker is very clever thing as well that I can show you later when I've stopped recording. But basically in different areas or regions around the world, here in the UK and in the US for example, the voltage is different, which means that the lights in the house or ambient lights work on different frequency, which sometimes can cause flicker of lights behind you. So if you do have flicker of the lights, there is a 50 and 60 hertz option, and then just try to flicker between them, and then this might take the flicker off, or should take the flicker off. So firstly, right now I've got the HP 5 megapixel camera selected. I've got another webcam plugged into here, as you can see on the side. We're going to talk about what you can do with that if you have an external webcam as well. But firstly, let's enhance the video a little bit. If you've got the HP included webcam included, what we'll do is just click on enhance, and then we're going to do backlight adjustment. Did you see the background goes a little bit, as you can see, adjust the background. Natural tone, we're going to press that one on as well. It is a little bit bright to my liking right now. There is an appearance filter as well. As you can see, my skin, if I want to put some makeup on, boom, you can do that, but I wouldn't recommend doing that. Now next to it, you have some background blur options, so we can take the background off or put something else in there, and then all of these settings are saved, so next time you open your Zoom or some other meeting, you can just already have these basically options there. Outdoors, wherever, you can add these already here, get it all saved, so next time you just do something, it's already changed. You can just choose the HP enhanced option in the video or webcam options, because you've got the basic one with no filters or any of these adjustments, or HP's enhanced webcam, which will include all of these adjustments that you're making in this program. So then you've got also the webcam. Whatever webcam you've got connected, you can also adjust the settings in there. As you can see, I've changed to the different webcam in there, and you can do exactly all of the same adjustments in there if you want to adjust them separately. But there's a few different options also here on the side. So you can also make the preview a little bit bigger if you want. And then on the side here, there's the record option, snap photo option, save as PDF, or share as a window as well. So for some reason, if you want to take this out as a window, you can do that as well. There is also start live streaming, so you can live stream from this software straight away, as well as be right back. So if I'm going to click this one, this basically, look, I'm moving my hand, and if I click be right back, it just literally pauses the video, and then, we're still recording, but nothing's happening there. And then, hello, we're back. If you, let's say you need a toilet or something like that, you want to pause the video, you can do that through this recording software there, which is pretty clever. The coolest thing is over here. So we've got a mixer in here, and I know you can do this in different softwares as well, but this hasn't been as simple as what HP gives you here straight away. So if you've got an external webcam and the included webcam, you can actually mix and match and have picture in picture. For example, let's say you're showcasing some kind of product, or you are a guitar teacher or some kind of teacher who does online lessons, what you can do is have another one of these things and then show close up. Look, this is the product here. This is what we're going to be talking about. People can see it picture in picture. You can see very close up, for example, if you've got a guitar, you know, some of the fingerings. Okay, this is how you play G, this is F sharp minor, so on, which is very, very helpful. And you can adjust how you want this picture to be. You can have a layout of split screen, you can have a picture in picture, and once you have picture in picture, you can move it around as well. You can rotate this as well, however you want. If I rotate this, the picture should be, see, the picture is going all the way around now. Also, if you hover over the cameras, you can see 2 and then 1 in the corners of the cameras. If you click the 1 and the 2, it will actually swap the cameras, which means that now I'm in the corner, and if you want to showcase something very, very close up, look, this is how you open the battery, you know, in the back of this or something like that. Very helpful way of doing that as well. So different layouts, large and small, however you want to do them, which is very, very cool. Now there is something else here which shows automatic keystone. So let's say you've got the webcam pointing on the ground here, for example this here, or let's say you've got a paper, you've got a bit of a different tripod going on, you want to look in there and you're showcasing something. So let's say you're a teacher online and you want to teach something on there, you can actually auto keystone so that your weird paper doesn't look like, you know, like a triagonal weird shape, but it actually looks a normal rectangular paper, and it's all straight, which is pretty cool as well. So you can adjust the keystones on both of the cameras, swap them around, get them already saved on this, and then whenever you go on Zoom meeting or something like that, it's already there. You don't need to adjust anything separately. Now there's also something called auto camera select. So basically how this works is, if you've got a webcam connected like I have over here, I'll just point it upwards a little bit, adjust it, and I'll point it towards me in the face. If you want to stop recording, you're going to click stop. Which brings me to another awesome feature, is that whenever I'm recording on a PC, I don't know where those things go. So straight away what you can do is see where your file is, you click save as, and then choose the desired location of the file and name it straight away, so you know, okay, this was lesson 1.0, blah blah blah, and you know where you have saved your file, and straight away what was this without clicking on the file again and starting recording. In terms of the speakers of this device, they've paired up with Bang & Olufsen to create a really good speaker sound. Now there's actually 2+2 speaker configuration going on. There's 2 speakers just on top of the laptop over here, and then 2 down firing in front of the laptop here to kind of give you immersive sound experience. Now the speakers are absolutely amazing. One of the best ones I have ever tried on a 13-inch or small form factor laptops. They go extremely loud, where once I reached the maximum volume, I thought I'm gonna turn it down a little bit because it's too loud for me. So I don't think you have any issues hearing whatever content you're watching there. In terms of the sound characteristics, I'd say it's very nice and clear. It's probably lacking a little bit on the bass side, but I can't complain about that because it's very hard to get very deep bass on such a small and thin laptop. So I'd say the speaker quality on this laptop is a 9 out of 10. So when talking about microphones, there's clever things going on as well. The microphone location is actually on top of the screen, meaning that you can better capture the ambient noise as well around it. HP runs a very clever two-way active noise cancelling software, making sure that the noise is actually as low as possible. Let me know how this sounds, because I've got a window open, there's a road and cars going past, as well as my bathroom door is creaking open because of the wind. So let me know how this sounds. Lastly, HP runs a clever software that actually adjusts the mic gain dynamically automatically. So if you are quieter, it raises the gain and then lowers the gain if you go a little bit louder, making sure that you don't clip the audio and get the best quality and best volume audio possible, very simply just doing work in the background. I like that. This laptop also comes with clever HP software and configuration to make the usability even better. For example, one of the things is a customizable key here on top, which is F12 as well. And when you click that, you can configure this to launch any of the applications, any of the websites, folders, files. So if you constantly opening or closing something, customizing the experience on this laptop is even better with this customizable button, and you can make it to do pretty much whatever you want. It also comes with HP's Smart Sense software and technology, which adjusts the power modes of the laptop. So you've got a few different options if you want the best performance or quietness or combined, but I would leave it on the smart one and let the laptop do its best and run the software and optimize it, because it's doing a really good job. It's really quiet. Now, often with Windows laptops, you are faced with a very loud fan noise. This one, really not. It's very quiet, extremely pleasant experience when working, writing documents. I'd leave it at that auto and let the algorithm and the software do its job in there, and you just enjoy creating and using the device. This device actually starts from $14.99 and the OLED option starts from $16.39 at this point of me making the video. I'm gonna leave the link in the description below, because there's a few different variants out there, different RAM configurations, screen configurations, and if you want to add your SIM card slot on the side to get 5G cellular and so on, so you can configure it which, you know, features you actually like. But one thing I definitely think you should have, or if you're thinking about having, is the OLED screen. This is one of the nicest thing there. But if you prefer a touchscreen perhaps, then there's other options out there as well. Now, one of the weird things or downsides that I have found about this laptop is that the OLED screen version, as much as I've seen out there or tried to configure it, there's only a 16GB version out there. So when you get the OLED screen, you're not able to really change the RAM configuration, which might be a little bit of an issue for certain selection of people who need 32GB of RAM. So if you're one of them, let me know in the comment section below. And last thing I want to talk about is the performance of this, because we've got a 10-core CPU, but this is a combination of P cores and E cores. Now, in terms of the single core performance and working with the laptop, opening documents, working on browsers and writing things and just doing everyday tasks what you would do as an entrepreneur, you know, taking calls, typing, making notes, even recording video, it's absolutely fine, and you're not going to notice any lagginess. In fact, the system is very snappy, is what you can really feel as a user on this. Now, if you're actually synthetically benchmarking this against the MacBook Pro, for example, then the performance in multi-core isn't as good on this as on the MacBook Pro. These 10 cores score about 6,000 to 7,000 points, but the MacBook Pros reach about 8,600 points in the M2 chip. But bear in mind, they are a little bit more expensive as well if you want exactly the same configuration of storage and RAM capacity. I've tried photo editing on this one, and actually it did pretty good of a job. I was able to edit some of the photos and thumbnails what we're doing on this channel, and it did a pretty good job. So if you're doing slight photo editing or even video editing, it's absolutely fine. It doesn't have a dedicated GPU, but the integrated Xe graphics is absolutely fine for basic 1080p or even light 4K editing on this laptop. Now, in conclusion, it's very hard to find bad things to say about this laptop, because it's configured and engineered and put together very well. And if you really think who this is made for, I think it really scores very high in there and even beats out some of the more expensive competitors. This is absolutely fantastic, really, in every single way. So if you do want to pick this up, I'm going to leave the links in the description below. But there's two more things to do. One is to open up this laptop and look what's inside. So underneath we can see that even the screws are blue, which is very nice to see. So this is Torx T5. The interesting thing is these screws are tapped, which means once you unscrew them, you're not going to lose them because they stick with the back panel. So here we can see the inside of the laptop. Here's our RAM soldered onto the motherboard. Our CPU is just over there, and we've got one M.2 port over here. This is Gen 4, and this particular SSD here is Western Digital SN8 10. And in theory, you can actually exchange that to something else if you wanted to and upgrade it yourself to 2 terabytes perhaps. So here's our big 68.4 watt hour battery. And talking about battery life, I'm actually very, very happy with this. When working with this, I'm getting pretty much all day battery life when just typing emails and working with just light use. And when I'm not like watching video or recording video, the battery life is very, very good. I can see that the memory modules here are SK Hynix, which is one of the best memory providers. Also, the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth are actually soldered onto the motherboard. You can see the chip in there. And then I think on here is the optional 5G module that you can install, or they can install really from the factory, because this is not usual user serviceable. Now feel free to check out this laptop in the description below, but if you're interested about this disclaimer about sponsorship, then yes, this video is sponsored by HP and Intel. So talked about the things I liked and talked about the things I don't like. If you'd like to see this laptop compared to some of the other 13-inch laptops head to head, then stick around, hit that subscribe button, because I've got some more ideas how I'd like to use this, and I really want to test this a little bit further.